ahead.
Safe. Anybody hurt? I hope not. Well, that was. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right, cut it. So that was a tune called Bebop Deluxe. It's on that Jumpin' Java album, and I think Gail's going to put the link on there. It's kind of a trippy little tune because it's just. And it's how you interpret those chords as it walks up, and so it's kind of a trip. But it's a fun song to play on. But you have to think a lot. Yeah, you got to think. Wes is here. Hey, Wes, what's happening, man?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? If you guys are here for the first time, hit the subscribe button. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, if you don't already, please subscribe. Appreciate it. We got a lot to talk about today, so it's going to be a fun show.
Yes, we're going to talk about D'Angelico guitars, aren't we? We have 4 models in front of us, and we do have a video on another model. And we're trying to figure out what might be right for you, because there's a lot of choices to make. One thing about the D'Angelico guitars is they don't break the bank, and they are wonderful guitars. So, you can't have too many guitars.
Right.
You just can't. So, especially if you're traveling and things, sometimes some of these guitars might be the best way to go. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a little bit about the class we did last night.
Yeah, that was a good one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We did it on the altered dominant natural 5 scale, and it was quite a class. We'll talk a little more about that.
Yeah. We
And
got another one coming up soon, so we'll talk about that. But let's see real quick who's here. We got
Okay.
Big Steve in the house from Olympia. What's up, Big Steve? Spare change. Tilo. Hey, Tilo. How's it going,
Tilo,
man?
where you been, buddy?
Yeah, Frank's here too. Hey, Frank Reyna. How's it going, man? Spot on discount. Steve Davis. Marietta, Oklahoma.
That's a new person, isn't it?
I've seen spot on discounts before. John Burkhart's always here from
Oh, yeah.
South Dakota.
Hey, John.
Daniel Lowry, how's it going, Daniel? David Bronson, whoa, picture way better. New camera? I don't know. There's no new cameras. There's no new gear at all. Some days just look better than others. As weird as that sounds, it's how it is. It's like recording too. You can go in the studio, have all your stuff set up one way, one day, sounds great. Come in the next day, and it sounds totally different. Why?
Nobody knows.
No.
I think it has to do with gremlins.
Gremlins, yes.
Uh-huh.
So today we have the nice ones working with us today. So anyway, Dawn, Spain, what's up, Dawn?
Dawn.
Video and audio are really out of sync. Anyone else seeing that?
Really?
I don't see that on my end.
That's got to be in your streaming in your box. Maybe your box is not. It's clogged up. You need to reboot your box.
Your internet?
Yeah, your router.
There you go. All right, Antonio is from Italy. How's it going, man?
Oh, all right.
Rob Ketterer's here. He says he likes everything on the Jump in Java album. It's a good album. William Melton's here.
Hi, William.
Jim Rolfe's here. Yuri. Yeah, in sync here. It's in sync for Jim. Yeah. Okay, try reconnecting for sure. All right, anyway, that's who's here with us right now. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks.
it.
Gail's working the board and
I still
the
have this stupid thing up.
message board anyways.
Tell me to get that down.
Oh, you did it. There it's
Yeah.
gone.
All right.
So Patrick Evans is in Cayucas. That's a wonderful little town, man. I love that town. That's our favorite beach town. And we try to get over there as much as we can.
Yeah.
Nice and quaint. How you doing, Pat?
Yep. And this show is all about liking and commenting, and yeah, so definitely
Yeah.
chime in on the chat. We're going to ask any questions you want, and we'll do our best to answer them. And then if you are new here, you can get a free lesson at guitarcollege.com/free lesson. And yeah, if you want a D'Angelico, you can get them at our site, and we're going to talk all about those coming up.
Yep. So you know that 575, the black one with the P90s?
Yep.
Sold. Boom.
Boom,
Outta here.
gone.
Matter of fact, I didn't even have to ship it. One of the fella who bought it had his friend come and pick it up. But I took it to a gig and played it, and the drummer said, "Man, I love the sound of that guitar, man." So it's like, Really? Oh, wow. So I ordered another one. I was surprised they even had one. I talked to the rep and said, is there any way of getting another one? Because I don't think they made, what did they make? Maybe 25. And he said, well, let me look, and blah, blah, blah. And it took about a week, and he came back and said, there's one. So got another one coming in.
Yeah, and it is a cool, definitely a hard to find model with those P90s, but it definitely sounded cool. So if you...
those particular P90s are really nice sounding pickups.
Yeah, it's definitely a different sound. So if you guys haven't, if you guys missed it, when did we do that one?
Last week.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, last week. So yeah, check out the live stream from last week, and you can hear exactly what it sounds like. I'm trying to put the link to last week in the chat.
Okay. I just noticed Kay said, I'm thinking about getting a D'Angelico style B with the DeArmond floating pickup. Would love to hear your thoughts on that guitar and its sound. And we have a video we're going to play of that guitar. And yes, that is a very, very nice sounding guitar. And if you want one, I could get you one. So let me know. And I'll set it up for you and get it playing all great. And you'll be cooking with gas. Anyway. Yeah. So the style B, just because it doesn't have the cutaway, I guess, it's got a much deeper sound. It's got more something going on, so it's just really nice. So have to check it out. So
Daniel asked, the style B has a very thin neck, right?
I don't quite remember.
Yeah, in the video we show it, you talk about the neck. I think it's kind of just a medium type of thing. I don't think it's very thin, or thinner than
than some of these others.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just a normal kind of a C-shaped profile, right? D or C.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know, a D or I don't know what profile it is. This one, I like this neck. This is their XL 16. It's a nice guitar. So anyway, I guess that's our class, our show. That's what we're going to do. So where do you want to start, Wes?
Well, let's talk about the live class last night real quick.
All right, but before we do,
okay.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about next week because you're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up to help your sister build her house in Idaho.
Yeah.
So Gail and I are going to be here, and what I'm going to do is we're going to do all the songs for the live workshop, and we're going to discuss what's expected of you for those who are attending, and this will be good for people who might think about attending in the future. So I think it'll be a real good show. So we're going to talk about, like I said, I'm going to play the songs. We're going to talk about the tunes a little bit and offer some insight into them. And then we'll be doing just talk about the workshop in general. And if you ever think about coming, you'll have the time of your life. So
yeah, you can check out the full experience video on the website guitarcollege.com/Yosemite if you want to get a taste of what it's like. And there's still some slots left for June 22nd of this year. So if you are interested in going, just go to the site and get all the info. But yeah, next week will be fun for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least we have a direction.
So you'll be playing. You guys got seven songs that you guys.
Yeah, and they're divided up in those groups, as you can see. So we'll start with Group C, Jersey Bound, September in the Rain, and Tangerine, and we'll talk about really what to expect when you come to camp, people want to be prepared, but it's not that hard. Nobody expects you to go and do all Charlie Parker all over these tunes. We expect you to be able to play the melody, play the chords, and then it's all about interaction and playing with other people. Then we will give you ideas on soloing, without a doubt. There's Bruce. So,
yes, it's not Bruce this year. Tim Lurch is the guest teacher.
That's
and
correct.
Mike Dana will be there. So yeah, it's good, fun time. But yeah, next week will be cool. I will be gone and still show up.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right. So the class last night, Alter Dominant Natural 5. Now, are people able to get that class now?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Now, you're going to make a course out of it, right?
Yes, but not. I don't know when.
Right, but couldn't they just come and get the video and the PDF? No.
I don't know, man. No. I don't know how they would do that. It's not for sale anymore because it's over.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, never mind. We don't have to talk about it. Let's just move on to the D'Angelicos.
All right. Yes, let's do that. All right. So, Lucas has a question here. You want to read that?
If you're looking at it, just read it.
Okay. Hold on. Have you played a Herb Ellis 165 Plus? It's like the 165, but with a bridge pickup. Pulled the trigger on a 2004 first real Gibson jazz guitar for me. No, I never have played one. I had a student who was offering one to me to purchase, and I just kind of thought it's a 175. So why get that? But I'm glad you're getting that. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. That's a great guitar. There's really not a whole lot of difference between that and a 175. Maybe the Herb Ellis is gold hardware. I'm not really sure. But anyway, most of them are a single pickup guitar. And that was kind of why people liked it. But if you need that back pickup, it comes in very valuable. Okay, so let's get into this guy. This is the Excel 16. And we featured this before. And this particular guitar has just got a sweet tone. I don't know what it is about it, but it's got a mounted pickup. And by the way, this time we're going through the Hendrickson amplifier. And I wanted to do that because sometimes, like when we get into the floating pickup, I'm going to make some adjustments on the tone just because you got a knob and you got to turn it. And you got a sound in your head and you try to equal that sound. But this is pretty much flat on the Hendrickson amp at this point. So, 16-inch. These are all laminate guitars. This has an ebony fretboard, nice inlays. It's got a different headstock. So not quite as neck heavy, I guess. It has the classic D'Angelico tailpiece. It's a 3-inch, I want to say. What do you think the body depth on this is, Wes?
I'm not sure. I'll try to look.
I've got a measuring tape here.
2.75 is what they say.
Okay. 2 3/4 inch body depth. Pretty comfortable to play. And 25-inch scale length. It's got a 3-piece neck in the back. we already sold one of these to somebody who wanted one. Nice tuners. Yeah. So it's got your mounted pickup. Now the pickup, what do they say about this pickup, Wes? Do you remember? It's a, is it a Kent Armstrong designed or something like that?
USA Seymour Duncan. Wait, no, that's the.
That's what?
That's the floater. Seymour Duncan DA59.
Oh, okay. Usually a 59 is a little darker than the Seth Lever. I don't. Yeah, 1/11/16 nut width on this. So it's a very comfortable guitar, very easy to play. And I got it set up with my strings. So somebody said, do you have a mic on the Hendrickson? Yes, I do. It's just a condenser mic. And it's a very, very nice guitar. Very nice. What is this retail at? I think $18.99. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And it comes with a hard shell case.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice axe, man. Very nice. Somebody was asking for a blonde one, but they don't make a blonde one with the mounted pickup. The blonde one, has got a floating pickup. So that's just the way it is. You can't get every SKU. You know, how many SKUs can you get? That's from watching Shark Tank. I got that. A SKU. What do you think about that tone, Wes?
It sounds good. I like it. Does anybody have any questions about this particular XL16 model?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I just saw this. I hate to jump off this. Well, never mind. Let's finish this, and then got a little comment here from Jim Rolfe. Okay, so if you're used to playing a 16-inch, like a 175 or a 575, you're going to find this, it's going to feel really good. Now, 175 is a little deeper, but you'll find this to be really comfortable, real easy to play. And like I said, I got it all set up really nice and ready to go. Let's move over to the other mounted pickup guitar, and that is this 17-inch over here. Whoa. Now this is, what I'm going to get is the XL1, which is 17-inch, and if you like 17-inch, it's a nice alternative to whatever you're playing. Or one thing I like about 17-inch guitars, to me, they're a little more comfortable even than the 16-inch. I've just grown more accustomed to the bigger box. Hold on, I'm all wired in here. Get this guitar. Jeez. Sale tag. So this thing about a 17-inch that I find a little more comfortable is the fact that when it's on your knee or whatever, the neck is closer to your head, if you will. And if I can find my strap, let me put my strap on. That the 17-inch has a lot bigger sound. Well, I don't know. It really, I think they're so close. I don't know about that. But comfort-wise, for me, I like it better. It just is. Now this nut feels a little wider. Do you happen to know the nut width on this, Wes? That looks like 1 3/4 to me. Now this has the classic D'Angelico headstock, right? You got your split block inlays, which I really like split block inlays, which the other one did too. Ebony fretboard. The controls are mounted on the pickguard on both models, so we have nothing restricting the top. It is a laminate though, and it looks to me to be about the same, 2 3/4. But I just like the 17-inch a little better. Now it's 17 inches is bigger, and it's not as you can't snuggle up to it as much as you can with a 16-inch. So there's that. This also has the 3-piece neck. It's got beautiful binding, and these tuners are fantastic tuners. It's a lot of guitar for the money. It's crazy. It's got the wonderful tailpiece. Now this finish, what did they call this thing? Walnut color? Yeah. And to me it looks red, but they're saying it's walnut. Okay. Whatever you say. But I think the fuller the body, the less it's got more of a even, sustained tone.
What's the neck, D or C shape?
Well, I'd say that it's about the same as the other one, which I guess is more of a, it's not half a baseball bat like the 575 was more of an old style C. This is, I guess it would be more of a D, you know. I'll give it a D. Let's play a tune on it. Um, this song is on the Jumpin' Java album as well. That's called Twisted Rhythm. Haven't played that one in a while. That's based around rhythm changes with a different bridge, and it's got a different intro. But anyway, yeah, it's so this guitar, like Don says, lots of guitar for the money. It really is. What's the price on this, Wes?
Same, $18.99.
Yeah, and then be sure you call, and we can give you some perks. So, if you're interested. Well, that's pretty. So that comes in blonde too, with a floater, huh? I mean, with a mounted.
Yeah, in this one you can get both colors with both pickups.
I see. Yeah. Do D'Angelicos hold their value? Interesting question. Well, since they keep their Gibsons, you know what they did? Every year they raised their prices. Every year they'd raise them. And they weren't very, they weren't squeamish about it. They raised them a lot. And so, if a new car goes up in value, so does a used one. So these guitars here have been holding steady. Now, I don't know what the tariff is going to be like, but they've been holding steady. So I would say when you buy it, actually, you think about it, if these are going to be going up, if you buy one, I would imagine they would hold their value pretty good. But yeah, at this price point, it's not a lot invested for the guitar you're getting. You're getting a lot of guitar. And
Daniel says Japanese D'Angelicos do, but Korean D'Angelicos do not.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Which makes sense. I mean,
I guess so, yeah.
Like that with a lot of other guitars too, like Yamaha or...
The output of this pickup seems to be a little hotter than the other one. Did you notice that?
No, not really. That sounds pretty close. I mean, I didn't have to adjust anything.
No.
No.
So this guitar, I think it's, you have to decide if you want a 17-inch. Now, if you're contemplating getting like a L5 or something, and you want to make this, and you've never had a 17-inch guitar, you probably ought to get something like this first. Make sure it's what you want, especially guys coming from a Telecaster and a Stratocaster. Make sure that this is, you're able to dig this. If you hold it across your body like this, it makes it so much easier to play. And you're looking right at the fretboard. It's an easy way to hold the guitar. If you hold it like it was like this, like your Elvis or something, then you could have some shoulder issues after a while. I know I did. But when I hold it like this, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, they say, so Daniel says he bought his Excel DH for $1,400. Now they go used for about $800. Sal says, I have a 2008 EXL DP Deluxe production. Best Archtop guitar I've ever owned. Not that I'm a jazz guy, but by any means, it never interferes with my vocals. Sweet instrument. The old Vestex models go for north of $2,500 to just under $4K.
I'm not familiar with that Vestex.
Yeah. And then let's see. I'll do WC Ray first here. How does it compare to the Heritage equivalent?
Well, you pay a lot more money for the Heritage to get 30% more. But the Heritages are a better guitar. Just is, and they should be for the price of them. So, but I think it's Don that said it best, or no, maybe it was Mark Larkin. He said, you can get a guitar, one of the imported guitars, and they come close, But like, if you want that extra 20%, extra 30 or 20%, you're going to be paying a lot more money for it. So I think that's a good analogy. That's true. So these are good guitars to to have around, and if it's your first guitar, jazz box, it's a great way to get into the market and see if you like it. And so again, this one's set up with my flat wound string set. It's very easy to play. When I got the guitar, I adjusted the nut just a little. I lowered it down a little bit. And that's really about it. Now, I actually could raise the pickup if I wanted to, or maybe I did on this. I don't know. And then you could get it maybe a little more acoustic sound out of it. But anyway, it's a wonderful guitar. You just can't beat it, and you're looking at the price. It's pretty amazing, really. So let's move on to
the Premier one.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So they make this same model in a cheaper version. So the EXL1, XL EXL1 is $18.99, and the new offer that they have is the Premier EXL1. And this one is $1,200. We have the Honey Blonde one, which is the floating pickup version. But they do make a. Maybe do they not make?
No, they make. Don't they make a mounted one? I thought they did.
I thought they did, but they're.
It's not that one. No, it's not. Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought the last one I had was a mounted one. I could be wrong.
Right. Anyway, there's a demo of them, so maybe it's on there. But yeah, so we had both of these, and the mounted one went pretty quickly. But yeah, so $1,200 for this one coming up here. Let's see, Illo, YouTube just recommended me this channel. What's going on?
Really?
How's it going? He's in France. How's it going, Elo? Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully you come back.
That's a first. YouTube ever recommended us.
Let's see. Rich, Cameron here in Ontario. What is your tone setting on the guitar and the amp?
Well, I'm on the other two. I think I had the tone just rolled off, a little bit, if like at 8 or something like that. Now this pickup seems to be a lot less output. Ooh, but that's a sweet sound. I wanted to put it through the amp so you can get, a lot. We've been always doing these through the mixing board. And after a while, sometimes you think they all kind of sound the same. But so we wanted to see how it pushes an amp. Especially these floaters. A lot of guys shy away from the floaters. And, I've always had the humbucker guitars. That was always the sound I was looking for. But then I look back at some of the old videos that I have of me playing a Sweet 16 or a L5 with a L4 with a floater, some other floating guitars and pickup guitars. I'm thinking, man, that sounds good. It's nice and bright. By the way, okay, Rob was talking about Jim Fox putting together the guitar hang at the Baked Potato. Jim Fox plays, I forget the brand, very expensive guitar with a floater pickup, and he gets a beautiful tone, just beautiful. And Now this neck feels to be the thinnest of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the thinnest of them all? That's a pretty sound, I think. This song is called Laura.
So how does that feel compared to the other one?
It feels pretty dang good. The neck feels a little bit smaller on this. And what do you think about the sound of it?
It sounds good. SSV Plus says that sounds so much more like a large Archtop should. The red one prior was very electric sounding.
Yeah, this has got some of those higher frequencies, acoustic things dancing around. So. Yeah, boy, I like this guitar. And this is like only $1,200. Jeez. Should we play
Yeah, let's play
something with track with it?
yeah. So yeah, Deleuze Daddy says beautiful. Your playing is so unbelievably amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think your calmness and tranquil behavior reflects so well in your playing.
The hell you talking about?
David said that one
Thank
has
you.
a great solo voice.
It does. You know, to be honest, I think a floater on a laminate guitar sounds really nice. Like somebody was talking about the Herb Ellis 165. I think the Herb Ellis 165 with a floater is probably one of the better sounding ones of all those guitars. I don't know why. Now, when you put a floater on a solid top, I feel like it's just a little too bright. But I don't know. On the laminate, I think it's pretty nice. So who knows? Okay, I'm looking for something to play here, Wes.
Don said picked up my EXL1 Sunburst with block inlays, used $500, then put Gibson pickups in, removed the floater. Excellent guitar, although not quite as refined. It can compete with my Super Eagle.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you're paying, a lot of money for extra 20-30%, and but that plus it's the way you approach the guitar too. I think that, I like a guitar that when I open up the case I go, that's bitchin', and it's like, oh wow, I can't wait to get my hands on that. But they're kind of an extension of yourself. And but I just like them all, they're all a little different. Fret height, I think, has a lot to do with it. Even more so than fretboard material. So I don't know. It's a lot, but I think this for $1,200 is one hell of a guitar.
Sal says the Premier is cheaper material. I remember when Guitar Center sold those around $500. It does sound surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And then Michael McHugh says, of all the players, I listen to you the most, and you are great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then he also asked, it comes with a real case?
No.
No.
It comes with a gig bag.
Right.
That's where they make the money. It's like McDonald's, they sell the French fries for $1, but $3 for the Coke.
French fries are not $1, that's for sure. French fries are like $6 now.
Let's play this song. Don likes this song. Here was. Okay, that was Here's That Rainy Day. I'm drooling as I play. Drooling banjos.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Is that loud? There. Okay. Anyway, so that is the Excel One. Now, I guess they've been around. This is the premiere. Have they changed this guitar at all from these ones for $500 back in 2014?
Yeah, they redesigned the EXL1, the more expensive one,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took that design and made a cheaper version of it.
I see. Yeah. This thing feels great, and it's crazy. Between the XL16 and the XL1, would you recommend for someone who plays mostly classical? Probably the 16. A classical guitar is a lot smaller, so I would go with the 16 probably would be best for you. Classical guitars, aren't those like 15-inch, something like that? They're not all that big.
Well, aren't they like wider though?
Yeah, they are wider, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they're
it's like
fatter.
an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, they're fat. They're, 5-6 inches.
So I feel like that 16 one would be like weird. All of a sudden, your shoulders like not.
Well, that's
you're
true.
like, I feel like maybe a 17 would be the wider body would, although it might be a little bigger this way, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, well, that shot that. So I guess, your best bet is to probably go to a music store and just check out what feels best, if you can find it. Most music stores hardly have any archtops. It's crazy. I think I would go with the... I think either one you're going to have to do a little adjusting because it's not going to be the same. But you're going to find it's a heck of a lot easier to play. Usually on classical guitars, you have a much fatter neck. You have a 2-inch nut width. So these, actually the XL1 has a 1 3/4. So maybe that would be your best bet. Then it's a little thinner nut. Okay, let's move on to the Soho, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Soho was designed by.
Or maybe we should do the Style B video first
Yeah.
because
Let's do
it's more closer. So the Style B is another one of their offerings here, which comes with a D-Armand pickup. And it's a little bit cheaper. It is $16.99, and yeah, but it also does not have a cutaway. There's a couple other tiny little things, but it is a little bit different headstock as well, but a lot like the EXL1 width and I think dimensions of the neck and stuff. But anyway, we reviewed one a while back, so you can listen to how it sounds.
I think it's got a really gorgeous sound. It's fat. So it's a 3-inch body depth, and lots of beautiful binding. Ebony fretboard, like you had mentioned, 12-inch radius, 1 3/4 nut width. It doesn't have much of a pitch on the headstock. You see that? When you look at some of the other guitars, they have a much deeper pitch. These tuners are fantastic tuners, which I really look at how pretty they are too on the back.
Yeah, those are the Grover 150 Imperial tuners on that thing.
Look at the binding on the headstock. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the guitar is gorgeous. And what I like about it is it's got this D-Armand pickup with a tone control and a volume. It's got this stair-step tailpiece, these cool-looking F-holes, kind of modern. Ebony bridge, laminate sides and back. It's got I think it comes in this sunburst color.
Yeah, that's the iced tea sunburst there.
Yeah,
It also comes in like a blonde.
yeah, made in Korea. It's got nice frets, beautiful frets. How does it sound acoustically? It's got a fair amount of tone. it's got a really...
Yeah, so that should give you a pretty good taste of what that thing sounds like. That thing sounded really, really good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Gordon says the Style B is one of the coolest looking guitars you can buy. I think you have to wear sunglasses and adopt a chilled swagger if you're going to play on a non-cutaway.
Are you man enough to play a non-cutaway?
Yeah.
There's no money way beyond up here. There's, who plays up here? If you want to play up here, play the mandolin. All right. So the Style B, if you want one of those, let me know and I'll get one for you. Maybe I ought to get one for me too. I kind of wanted. I like that guitar. It just. You're right. It is one of the cooler looking guitars. Sounds good. It's got a throaty low end. Now let's move on to the Soho. Soho here is designed by Mark Whitfield, and Mark designed it really so he can travel. And so it's a wonderful travel guitar because it fits in the overhead. And you've got your knobs here on the body where the other ones were on the pick guard. Which, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Now, it's a much smaller body. You see that? Yeah, 16 inch. Or no, 15, I think. And it's got...
Yeah, 15-inch body, 1.75 body depth. So real thin. And it this one has the Kent Armstrong Jazzy Joe floating mini humbucker.
Okay. Now I had rolled off the high end, but on the amp, but I feel like I need to put some back on this, which is kind of weird. Hey, Locke. What did I turn it way down? Is it coming through? It's funny, I'm only hearing it through.
I don't know. It sounds like you turned it down.
How's that?
It's good.
So, Mark can kind of make this guitar sing. Let's see. Let's play a tune. This one, as you can see, it still has the hang tags on it, and it is all I did is I did a little tiny lowered one of the strings, but it has the original strings on it, which are round wound. So anyway, so I haven't put my set on here yet. So I just realized that when I went out to when I went to get it out today. We had another one, and I sold that, and at a show. I think it's a pretty nice sounding guitar, and I tell you, it's an easy travel.
So that one comes with kind of a beefed up gig bag.
Gotcha.
It doesn't have a case, but the gig bag is pretty beefy and really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It does
Yeah.
offer a lot of protection, and then it's available in these 3 colors. You have the cherry burst,
This
dark cherry burst,
I think, isn't
or
it
is that the amaretto?
amaretto burst?
Yeah, amaretto
Yeah.
burst. Looks a little more red in here than it does on the
Yeah, on
the
the
page here.
yeah in person it's brown. On the camera it's red.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
at least
it's pretty,
on our screen
pretty
here.
close to. It's got some red in it for sure. Anyway, this one lists for 2,000. But yeah, if you want it, we got it here. Cut you a deal. Let's see. Elgoman. Recently, I've seen some B-stock Soho D'Angelicos for sale on Reverb. Could you explain how you would define the differences between B-stock and regular brand new? Who knows? It's probably different for every company.
I
would
don't
imagine.
think the guitar was probably stamped B stock. You know what I mean? You'd have to let. I'd be interested to see that. But you might look at it this way. It's probably a demo at the store, and so they call it B stock. I don't know. By the way, I want you to know. Take a look at these tuners. He uses the. See that? Locking tuners. These have locking tuners on them, which are a little heavier on the headstock, but it's a little more mass, which is a good thing. But so locking tuners makes for a quick string change, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's got the same neck, 3-piece neck, laminate body. The pickup is a nice pickup, and it's these smaller dimensions makes it a little easier to deal with. If you know what I mean. There it is. We could play a track, I suppose, with this.
Sure. So this, he might be referring to this right here on the screen, Elgoman, this B stock thing.
What?
It's a really good price for it, but I don't know. I would call them and make sure you talk to them because it's used, but these pictures are not what this is off their website. So the thing might be really beat up too. For 12 for it's like a $870 off the list price. So unless it's just used, I don't know. I would definitely ask questions though.
Yeah. Good advice, Wes.
Danielle says, received a B stock Godin recently. Guitar has a tag showing where the problem was. It was a finish issue that I can see only by taking a photo and enlarging. Interesting. So could be something as little as that, some little blemish or something, you know?
Yeah. I still go with the theory, like Gibson stamped B stock when they couldn't move things just to get them out of there so they can lower the price without actually lowering the price of the guitar. So you stamp it B stock and then, so now it's a blemished guitar, which you can't find it, the imperfection. So, whatever. But if it's, I'd check that out. I think that's good advice, Wes. They should probably check that out about calling them. I don't think that would be a bad idea.
WC Ray says cosmetic imperfections usually mean B stock. So, yeah.
Okay, let's play something.
And then aren't these are laminate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play Beautiful Love. There it is.
Daniel asked, "Hey Rich, have you seen Mark Whitfield's Soho with a mounted humbucker?
No, I never have.
Really cool sound. Hope they experiment with that in the future." Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do that.
And then Eddie said, "Thanks for teaching us Beautiful Love at the Yosemite Jazz Guitar Workshop."
Oh, thanks, Eddie. Yeah. That's a great tune, isn't it? Love that song. Joe Pass's favorite song. That's what I've heard. Anyways. Yeah. So the Soho is a great option for a guitar that's easy to get around with. Round, run round, get around, I get around, yeah, I get around, I get around on the town. I'm a real cool head, I make a real good friend. What a great song that is. I love that tune. And I love the Beach Boys. I love those guys. Dance, 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 I think, is one of the hottest tunes. What a track.
Do you want to hear another great song?
Yeah.
So this song really epitomizes it. Like in the 70s, there was that slow rock blues kind of thing. So there's this pretty cool video that really shows what it's like.
Okay. I like the mustache. Okay.
There you go. And then here's another cool video that I wanted to show that I thought was really cool. Really well done video here.
Press the button. What did it say?
Press the button if you want to hear something epic. Guy gets a really amazing tone. Yeah, that was a cool video. I like
Wow.
that. That guy's that's their group called Salts. They're in Europe somewhere, but he all his videos, the tones that they get in the studio is epic.
Yeah.
I mean yeah. So
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how they get that. How did he was getting that tone right there? I guess
he wasn't. That was overdubbed onto the video for sure.
You don't think he was actually playing that? No,
he was actually playing it, but the audio that we hear is from their album.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, listen to it. It's like a full band with.
Oh, yeah.
Full,
Well, he's playing with a track. Okay.
Yeah, but you can tell it's not coming from someone's mic picking up from that speaker. You know what I mean?
Oh, you don't think? Oh, going to direct? No.
It's like an video edited with. Like he played that along with it there, but like on the video, they were like, let's just use the album cut instead of the audio from the camera.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know you don't.
No. All right. So what we got going on here? Any comments? Led Zeppelin's second album. Hi, Suzanne. Excuse me. Hi. How you doing? Nice to see you again.
Dawn is asking, what's the difference of laminates versus solids in terms of sound quality?
I think solids have more high end, more. It's they call them tone woods for a reason. And so they get more of the box sound, the body of the instrument. Otherwise, you get the sound of the pickup, influenced by the box sound a little bit. But so they're all different. Bruce Foreman he loves just a laminate guitar. Well, number one, they're built to not split. You can travel with them, but the most everybody wants a solid guitar. They just sound a little different, They're, like I said, you get more of the box sound out of it. The laminate is a little more squished, giving more pickup sound. So. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you, Wes?
No.
Well, what did I say?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, good. Okay,
so
great.
that's why it did not make any sense at all.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, it's actually used. Lewis. Hi, Lewis. Lewis is watching. Okay. And okay, so I think we answered that one. Any other questions? Time to take my Peerless Millennium model. Wow. Yeah, Patrick, get on over there to Ducky's and set up, and maybe somebody will buy you a fish sandwich. Ducky's got wonderful food. Let's talk a little bit about the class we did. We're talking about the dominant, altered dominant scale natural 5, which is in the key of D. So it's a diminished tetrachord from the root, a modal from the 5th. You hear how the scale wants to point to the So we did a deep dive on that. And one of the first things we explore is dichords. And you're saying, what is a dichord? 2 consecutive notes. That's all it is. So a tetrachord is 4 consecutive notes. A trichord is 3 consecutive notes. So I could play a scale with 3 consecutive notes. Let's go to this key. A dichord, though, is just 2 consecutive notes. When you look at it, it's kind of weird because there's either whole steps or half steps. And we can construct actual lines just by playing 2 consecutive notes that are close to each other. We spread them apart on the guitar neck. Whoops, wrong key. So here's the dominant chord. So that is what dichords are. So if I was to transfer that to a major scale, basically you have a whole step here from the root in the key of G. You got a whole step there from the 2nd to the 3rd. Then we have a half step, and then from the 4th to the 5th. And then a whole step here from the 5th to the 6th, whole step to the 7th. So that's all whole steps, half steps. Whoops, wrong key. And then you see how simple that is? Let's see, here's That Rainy Day. So check this out. Here's That Rainy Day. Goes through a couple of different keys, a few keys actually. And I'm just going to play all dichords. In other words, 2 consecutive notes put together. Now I'm into a different scale. minor here. Anyway. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, when you just think of two notes that are consecutively together within a key, and you can go all over the place using just those dichords. It's kind of crazy. And then when you mix them with trichords and triads and thirds and seventh chords, you get a lot of stuff. So, crazy. A lot of harmonic material to draw from. Okay, Andrew says, for a minor 2-5, do you usually ignore the 2? Yes. It depends on how long that 2 chord is there. If it's within the measure, like 2-5 of 6, like in Georgia, 2-5, or is it longer? Is it like in Autumn Leaves where it's a full measure? Well, if it's in a full measure, you might want to play on it or might not, or just ignore it. In the case of Autumn Leaves, one thing that you could do, which I forgot to, because we used Autumn Leaves last night as our example, is to remember F sharp minor 7 if we're in the key of E minor, and that's the 2, and then the 5 is B7, and then the 1 is E minor, is to use remember the F sharp minor 7 is still part of the G scale. But then the B7 altered. Okay, so I see Andrew said one measure. I would, just ignore it then. Just ignore it. Okay, Wes, what do you think? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Does anyone have any other questions or want to see any of the other guitars again? Or I don't know.
All right, well, I'm going to play a little tune, and you guys get your questions ready, and then we'll figure it out, and then we're going to say goodbye. And Wes will be gone next week, but we will be here and we're going to talk about the workshop. Let me play a quick little ditty here. I always like this song, Cooking. Well, you guys,
Lachlan asks, what are your thoughts on fret wire if considering a refret?
medium high, jazz car, medium high, I think they are. I have the fret I like is the luthier that I use got it from Stu Mack, and you probably know him. He was at the Jazz Fest, the guy working on guitars, and his name is Nate. If you want, I'll find out exactly which fret wire that is, but I think it's the best. Not too high, not too low, just right. So I like that fret. I love the frets on these guitars and the Heritage. So I don't know what they are, but they're really good. My stupid thing was going. Anyway, thank you, you guys. We'll see you next week. So thanks for joining us. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Gail. See you next week. Thank you for joining us.